welcome to The Nation. I'm ELANE Noor Abdullah. Now, as we embark on the journey of 2025, the media landscape is rapidly evolving with innovation, challenges and opportunities shaping the future. Today, we're exploring the vision of Malaysia's trusted news agency, Bernama, as it navigates this transformative era, from technological advancements to maintaining journalistic integrity in an age of information overload. What does the road ahead look like for Bernama? Joining us is someone who's been at the helm of this vision, Datuk Sri Wong Chairman of Bernama. Welcome, Datuk Sri. It's a pleasure to have you with us on The Nation today. Now, 2024 has just passed and we're already in 2025. Time flies, Datuk Sri. So perhaps you can, as we step into 2025, what are your thoughts on where Bernama stands and your expectations for the year ahead?
This is not a grill, right?
No.
This is a conversation.
Just hot seat.
So, okay, before that I answer the question, perhaps that you could allow me to take a step back to do a recap of what 2024 has been like. So, in 2024, it's been really an exciting year. It's been a learning curve for me. I've learned so much from the Bernama team. And for me, the most important item for me in 2024 was this kick-off of the Bernama digital AI roadmap. That was really exciting. I also have the opportunities to travel to China on various occasions to attend conferences and workshops to get myself to be an AI literate person.
AI expert?
Not expert, just literate.
Okay.
I'm 60, so catching up the AI is a challenge. But I'm really proud, really enormously proud. Let me just get this straight, okay? Bernama is the first news agency in Malaysia to use AI in the production of video, documentary, capsule and public service announcement.
Nice.
I'm really proud, really proud.
Well done on that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I've seen how the Bernama team have gone on to embrace AI. I've seen the efforts that have been made to do the capsule for Deepavali, Christmas, the budget, the installation of His Majesty the King, and so many great work. So we produced almost 10 videos in such a short time. There have been mistakes here and there, but overall it was really, really fantastic. And of course, 2024, we look at content, how we could improve ourselves. And I must say that the team has been really supportive. And it was also the 50th anniversary of the Malaysia-China diplomatic relations. So it was 1 year of a very busy schedule. Now coming to 2025, I'm really excited. I hope you're excited.
Oh, I'm so excited as well. I'm waiting to hear what you have to say.
Have you put on a safety belt? Okay. So it's going to be a roller coaster. Time will fly very fast.
Right.
Okay, 2025 is the year where we really need to project Malaysia being the chairman of ASEAN. And this is really an opportunity. Bernama, of course, is the official media, and of course also the coordinator for the international media. That's a lot of role. When I look at the schedule, there are over 200 meetings of all levels. So that will take up a lot of our time, but it's really going to be challenging because we have to project the ASEAN narrative, the ASEAN identity, and of course, Malaysia being the chairman of ASEAN, it will be very important for us to project the kind of correct message that we want to send out, being the chairman. So that's one. Second thing, of course, is the accelerating effort of our AI efforts. We have signed up quite a number of platforms with AI companies to use new tools to make our work much more interesting. So essentially, these will be the two most important things. Now, of course, it's going to be a burden, okay, for Bernama because, as you are aware, most of the media companies, our friends, they're all struggling with revenue, struggling to stay afloat, I would say. Whether it's
a challenging environment out there. Yes.
So whether it's print or whether it's digital, they're all struggling with revenue, but they're all our subscribers. And they will depend a lot on Bernama to provide them the official news. And as you say it correctly, Bernama is the most trusted source. This is the buck stops here.
Yep.
And they will depend on Bernama a lot to provide them the news items for ASEAN and so forth. So it's a big burden to shoulder, but we're ready for it.
Oh,
Let's
it
do
sounds like an exciting year. I
Yes.
mean, we are multicultural, we are multiracial, we are multi-ethnic,
Absolutely.
we're multicultural in the sense that, you know, we have multi-languages as well.
Correct.
So we broadcast in multiple languages, not just English and Bahasa, all the vernacular languages as well. And even I remember there was an update that it was Arabic and Spanish as well.
Yes.
So that's rather interesting as well. But this is such a fast evolving pace, especially with AI coming into the picture. The scale and sort of like the speed of learning that we have to catch up. It's not just you, everyone else. It's not about age. It's whatever that you're doing, whatever age you are, everybody needs to keep learning because the learning curve is really, really steep now. So in this fast evolving media world, what would your priorities be for Bernama to stay competitive and relevant? Because as you mentioned, revenues are competitive. It's dropping. How do you stay connected? Content is everywhere.
Yes. So that's a good question because there are so many voices out there. We have to literally shout to be noticed. While we are the last stop, the official media, but of course that you have to compete to be recognized. People have got no time. People do not read long text anymore.
Exactly.
You know, right? People do not read long text. So that comes to the point as to how do we make ourselves interesting? Bernama is the official media, okay? But it does not have to be boring. It does not have to be, news do not have to be presented in a template manner. News can be witty, it can be fun. For example, because it's,
And it should be.
it should be,
Yes.
because it's ASEAN year, okay? The news need not be technical, it need not be dry, that to the point that people don't understand what you're writing about.
We want human stories too.
Exactly, we are storytellers.
Yeah.
You can be the TV anchor, you can be a reporter, we are all storyteller. So you have to present your news to tell the story as interesting as possible. For example, we talk about an ASEAN treaty, an agreement, but the story could always start off with how does it benefit, how does it remain relevant to the person on the ground, a farmer, a fisherman, how does it benefit to him?
Addressing the pain points first so
Right.
that people can be drawn to the information.
Absolutely, and the audience have become younger. We have to present it through TikTok, Instagram, video, short clips to make it attractive to our audience. So presentation of news have changed so much. But I'm really glad that in Bernama, the infographics teams are really, really fantastic.
Yep.
Superb, okay?
Yep.
The customers, the media companies said it's really, really good. Although some of them are very reluctant to admit it, but I know they like it.
Well, we are, like you mentioned, the buck stops here. We have all the facts, we have all the information. We are the source of truth here. So in a landscape of multiple voices, like you mentioned earlier, how do you discern what is right and what is wrong? How do you verify the information? And you come to us because we have access to be able to gain that information, for us to be able to share the verified information. And that's what we want people to do. We always tell people that Bernama, we are the verified source. Come to us, look for us, and hopefully that will be our future as well. So now let me talk about AI, because you spoke about AI earlier, and this is really exciting. AI is changing the face of not just media, but the entire world. How we function as human beings is changing. So it's very exciting to see. I would like to find out if, with regards to AI in business, but before I go into that, I think you have a personal story with regards to AI you wanted to share. What is your personal experience with AI, Datuk?
Okay. So in 2024, I had the opportunity of attending conferences and workshops on AI, specifically in China. And on one occasion, I was invited to give a video before the conference, sort of like to introduce myself. And I was very conscious that, I reminded myself that I've got to keep the Bernama flag flying. I've got to keep the Jalo Kibilang flying. Malaysia got to look good. And
Malaysia boleh.
Yeah, Malaysia boleh. So I sat down with Team Bernama, and with the support of Huawei, and they said, look, Chunwai, you can't speak Chinese, okay? You're a banana. I said, yes, guilty.
Guilty as charged.
Yeah, guilty as charged, but I really want to speak Chinese in my video, at least 50%.
Right.
So they wired me up, they videoed me and everything. And because of AI's multilingual platform, I was able to speak Mandarin in my video.
Oh,
my God.
Looks so professional.
Yes, it was my wife, who's Chinese speaking, says that you sounded 70% or 80%
Accurate.
in your voice, except that you sounded like a Shanghainese. I see it must be Huawei's problem, okay? but when it was presented, it was very well received. It was very well received that I took the trouble to learn something new, and that Team Bernama has projected and gone on to a step further to get it done very well.
And that is just the beginning, Datuk, with regards to AI and the capabilities, and with regards to how it's going to change the business, and which is what I'm talking about right now. The buzzword in media today is obviously artificial intelligence. Is changing so many things. How do you see Bernama integrating AI into its operations to enhance its services? And that's what I think everybody's looking forward to finding out.
Yes. There's no running away from AI. It's running towards AI and perhaps taking a step further, okay? A lot of work is going to be made easier, okay, from voice to text, multilingual, and all this will help our job easier. But as AI develop, there will always be a need and perhaps a location to acquire certain tools to make our job better. But it's something that we really need to put on the pedal and step it and get it going. And as fast as we learn AI, they'll be better for all of us. So I'm really looking forward to whatever new tools that's come along the way, how we could do it among ourselves and improve ourselves. But AI is the way.
I think the next question is, because I think a lot of people with regards to AI, right, are fearing their job losses in terms of, does it take over their jobs? What would your sort of like reassurances be in terms of how do we keep up with it? How do we upskill? How do we manage this this incoming new wave of working?
Yes. A lot of these questions have been asked many times. I think the insecurity is understandable. When Bernama produced a series of AI capsules, there were concerns among many sections of the animation artists. They were quite worried how would it affect them, for example. But AI is there to help you. It shouldn't take away your job. Well, there'll be some cases where some people actually lose their job. But AI is supposed to remove the mundane, tedious tasks.
Correct.
So we could all concentrate on the real task of doing creative work. You do not want to spend your time processing your text, voices,
and
subtitles.
Like numbers.
So AI will help you take away all this tedious stuff, so we could concentrate on the real stuff. Like how AI can't ask questions like you do, okay? We can't put a robot in your place. You can't. There's no way, okay? There's no way. Even some of the AI-produced documentaries, sometimes there's a lack of soul, okay? Because it's not done by human. But when the human element is added there, it removes the soulless elements and it look good.
And it's the energy that we bring as human beings that we connect to one another. And of course, I think a lot of people say that there are advances in sort of like the AI and robotics technology that may potentially see a future with that. But right now, I think fears of redundancy can be staved off with a little bit of improvement in hard work for us to be able to catch up.
So basically, AI training is very important. I think that across the board, irrespective of what department you're in, what level, there's really a need to be committed to learning AI skills. If you have acquired the AI skills, you wouldn't have to worry. It's like those ages when people were using typewriters. There was this switch to computers, right? So if you have learned the skills, you don't have to worry.
The time is here.
Exactly.
And which, on that note, are there any exciting AI projects that Bernama is planning on exploring this year?
Yes. AI, Bernama has lined up a series of acquisition for AI tools, okay, that will help to make our job better. They're all very technical, okay, but they have briefed me. They are going to work with the creative team, so they're ready for it.
And especially with the National AI Office being set up, it's a high time that we're able to sort of like merge and align everything together. And on that front, let's move on to talking about the book on Bernama's history. I understand that there's this book that's coming out, Datuk, and it's Bernama's journey. What can you tell us about this exciting project? Okay,
this will be one of the important things for 2025. In 2024, Bernama actually launched its standalone Bernama apps. Previously, the editorials shared it with the radio site, but it has been has already been launched, although quietly, but it's been launched. So I always feel that Bernama has been it's a great agency. Okay, it's going to be 57 years old this year. Okay, next year is 58. Okay, now these are the unsung heroes. Okay, whether it's ELANE, or whether it's the canteen operator, whether it's my friends from the cameraman, the crew, we all play a role.
Blood, sweat and tears.
Yes, you know that I've been the chairman for 1 year now. For many, many years, I was in the Bernama board as well as the Bernama supervisory role. So, but I realized that even though I was on the board and the supervisory role, there was nothing like being the chairman and to actually find out more about the job. It was a learning curve for me, and it remains to be a learning curve. So much to learn, and so there are a lot of things which I have benefited. As a journalist for 40 years, I was trained by Bernama editors, the nasty ones and the good ones, but they were all
trial by fire.
Yes, yeah, they were really good guys, really very good. Okay, so I felt that these people whom I know for many, many years, some of them have passed on, some of them have retired, but they have made Bernama great. They have also made Malaysian journalism great, not just Bernama. They should be recognized. The former chairman, the former CEO, former editors, we want to put them all together so that they'll be recognized for being the real heroes of Malaysian journalism.
And it's beautiful to see the history being laid out and to understand where we came from in order to understand where we are and how we can journey forward. It's always about that, right? Past, present and future, so that we can link and learn and grow together. And the archives that I can imagine.
Hang on, before I forget, okay. While we talk about the past in the book, the first draft is almost ready. Okay, the conclusion will be Bernama, the AI journey forward. So it's the past, the present, and the future.
And the future.
Yes, yes.
It's going to be exciting. When can we expect to see this book? Is there any hints?
I've just bugged at the editor. So he's promised to get it out soon.
Okay, so we're waiting for that. When we hear about that, we'll definitely announce it, and people who are interested can get their hands on it. I'm sure that's a whole sort of slew of treasure of information in there. We've, like you said, held the information of the country for the last 57 years, so the archives would have been monumental, and it's no easy feat to be able to squeeze that into sort of like a history of Bernama journey in just one volume. I'm hoping that there will be subsequent volumes, but we'll see when we first come out. But that's quite an interesting task that you've had, Dato'. What do you hope readers will take away from this book, though?
Okay, one is about you can tell history. As the word history, when you think of history, we think of dates and very boring. Okay, but history is actually his story. So we are all storytellers. If as a journalist we cannot tell stories in a compelling manner and an interesting manner, so we will have failed our duties. So in this particular book, we hope that we can talk about the landmarks of Malaysia, the important dates, okay, and event from the perspective of a journalist who was there. He covered certain events, and what was it like to be there? What was the feel? We want to take our readers to go there, because like you can't be there, but we want you to take you there.
Nostalgia is nice.
To talk about the feel, the smell, the atmosphere. What was it like?
The experience of it.
Exactly. So this is what we want to do, and we hope we will be successful in making this happen in the book.
We're looking forward to that. Now, before we close later, I want to still cover in terms of the Malaysia's ASEAN Championship. 2025 is a big year. It's a big year for Bernama, because Bernama's obviously has a big role, you mentioned earlier. Malaysia's ASEAN Championship is obviously a significant milestone for our country. What role will we be playing in supporting this championship, Dato'?
Okay. As I said, that Bernama is a treasure trove of stories. It's not just about treaties, it's not just about statesmen, it's not just about prime ministers or presidents, it's about the people of ASEAN. It's a huge, diverse place, 600 over million people of different diversity, but there's also a identity, a same identity of ASEAN people, where we have the same aspiration. We are increasingly becoming a place to be seen and to be recognized. Previously, even the American president did not notice or did not want to notice ASEAN. But increasingly, because of the huge market size and how it has developed, people will look at Malaysia and ASEAN. The Prime Minister, Dr. Sri Anwar Ibrahim, as we all know, is a well-known figure. Okay, his network of people that he knows, statesmen, Prime Minister, is enormous. I don't think that any Prime Minister previously is able to match his network, okay? So he'll be able to bring ASEAN and Malaysia in a different manner to a higher plane. As we all know that while there are interesting issues, one of the biggest challenge will be, of course, the geopolitics in this area.
Right.
Yeah, we want it to ASEAN wants to continue to be a place where we emphasize a lot on neutrality, non-aligned. Okay, so I think that the Prime Minister will be able to do that. But for Bernama, our role will be to report it accurately, to deliver it correctly and swiftly. And of course, if there are areas which are challenging, where there will be possible tensions, we do not want to aggravate it. Okay, we want to re-establish our connections with our friends, our media friends from ASEAN, and to share all this information together.
Dato' Sri, you have a personal involvement in this as well, you mentioned earlier.
Yes, 2 days from now, I'll be speaking at a forum organized by by MITI, where I would be talking with my counterparts from Singapore and from Thailand, where we want to talk about the ASEAN narrative. How does the media and the policy makers, how do we bring forward the role of the media in the narrative of ASEAN? Of course, generally in our pre-forum, we have already discussed through WhatsApp what we're going to talk about. And we all, as media people, we all share the same sentiment and believe that ASEAN news should be delivered in an interesting manner. And then the delivery of news is no longer through, not just through the TV or the newspaper, but we felt that we should engage the young ASEAN audience through TikTok, through IG, in all social media platforms. And we feel that even we should talk about tourism, cooking, lifestyle, in this ASEAN thing.
Getting everyone involved. Now, Dato', if you had to summarize Bernama's vision for 2025 in one word, what would it be and why?
You cannot do it in 2 words. Must be 1 word.
Ideally 1 word. It can be 2, it can be 5.
Okay. I think the thing that comes to my mind is always evolution. Bernama has evolved itself so well. We're talking about an agency that's 57 years old.
Yeah.
And
you have to adapt to the changes.
It has done so well because we have been the first to adapt and embrace AI so well. And we have done it well. And of course, beside evolution, the changing is of course leadership. I say leadership because that at the end of the day, the media looks up to Bernama as the most trusted source of information via the last stop. And in presenting news, they have asked, what is Bernama doing? What is their stand? What is their delivery? Can we wait for Bernama? So sometimes we are late, but we're the first to get you the real official news, accurate. So I'm really proud of this day too. Evolution and leadership.
Evolution and leadership. And finally, Dato', what are you personally looking forward to as chairman in the year ahead?
Well, I hope to continue working with my friends. It's like a family, not friends. My family members in Bernama. I really love Bernama. And to be part of it is really a privilege. So thank you so much, Bernama, for this opportunity.
Thank you so much, Dato' Sri Wong Chun Wai, for sharing your thoughts with us. We look forward to the 2025 year ahead. It will be a big year ahead. And that's all the time that we have. That brings us to the end of this insightful discussion on Bernama's vision, innovation and challenges as we navigate 2025 and beyond. And as the media landscape continues to evolve, Bernama's commitment to delivering reliable news and embracing innovation will undoubtedly play a vital role in shaping public discourse. Thank you for joining us on The Nation. I'm ELANE, and we'll see you next time for more conversations that matter. Thank you, Dato'.